Hi guys. So this week on April 22nd it will be Earth Day. So I thought it would be neat for us to kind of do an Earth Day themed work of art. So I found this really cool image online that shows the image of the Earth, and it's surrounded by these little dolls that look like paper cutout dolls that go all the way around the Earth. And the interesting part about it is that the space in between the dolls makes these little heart shapes. So I made one of these little guys based on the art, this little doll guy that's going to go around there. And I just made it out of a piece of junk mail. So I held up the piece of mail to the circle that I had drawn, and I just traced a lid from my kitchen, a Tupperware lid, to be the central focal point that's going to be the Earth. And then I held this up here, and I drew this guy so his legs would fit on the edge of the Earth, and his head would pretty much hit the edge of the paper. And then I cut him out with a pair of scissors. So make good use of your junk mail. So this guy here, now that I have him, let's see what happens if I'm going to put him up at the top of my circle. Oh, wait a minute. I want to stop this and change views so that you can really see what's going on. So, be right back. Okay, so there's my enlarged view. You can see my pencil circle of the Earth. And here's the little man that I made. I took care and I was just looking at the example, but I made the head, and then I made the arm, and then when I made this shape here, I made it like half a heart to swoop down, and the same thing on the other side. And let's see what happens now if I put him on here, and I trace. Alright, and then if I move him over and trace another guy here, that kind of works. And then I can just move them over and keep going all the way around. And it does make a heart shape in between them. That's kind of neat. So I'm going to stop the video, and I'll bring it back when I have them traced all the way around my circle. Okay, so you can see now how I made use of my little man here and traced all the way around the Earth. And some of them didn't line up perfect. You're going to have to go back in and kind of fill in the gaps. And I had to squeeze this guy in, and there's a little bit of extra space there, but you just have to make it work. But I can just go like that and kind of fix that and connect these guys. I'm going to go back and do that work later, but I'm going to show you guys the next step. I also drew in at the bottom here like a plant. You'll see this in the example that I send you in the Word document. But the plant is kind of growing into, almost like the Earth is the flower of the plant, and it has leaves. And just to show that we need to take care of Earth so it can continue to support life. No better way to show life than plants and critters. So I put a little inchworm on there. So after you get done kind of fine-tuning your dolls that go around, and it does work out that the space in between them makes these little heart shapes, is to put in the Earth. Now you could just make this up, or you could Google an image of the Earth and try to make your continents look kind of real. So I could go like this image that I have that shows kind of, this comes over here. This goes around and goes into this. So that's my attempt at North and South America. How did I do? All right, so I'm going to stop this now, and then I'll show you what the next step would be. Hi guys. All right, so I've got everything all drawn in here, and so I'm going to start applying color now before I do any outlining. And I've decided I'm going to use markers because this is a large area to color in, and I think it'll go quickly. Now, in their example, they show actually national flags inside of all the hearts, which is kind of an interesting message because it kind of says that if we're going to take care of planet Earth, we all need to work together. But it is a lot of work to research all the national flags and put in all these national flags all the way around. So I'm just going to do mine red because I think that still sends a good message that we all do need to work together to take care of the Earth, and that even though we come from different countries and different areas of the world, we're all kind of made the same, and we all have a heart. So if we all have a heart, maybe we can work together to take care of our home. But anyway, so that's how I would work on doing that. In the example, the dolls are just outlined black and they're just left white. They do something with that little negative space in between there. Oh, they just do kind of like warm colors. They did like yellow and orange in there. We'll start with like a couple lines of yellow and then some orange. And later we'll outline these guys with black. Like that. But I'm going to take a break from that and work on the Earth. So the blue part is really easy. I think I wonder if I can kind of fade this, like if I did dark blue on the outside, like that. And then as oop, I didn't really want to do it that way, but I've already kind of done it. As I move in, what happens if I start to work in some of these other blues? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Do some in here. Work in some of this blue. And then back to this dark on the outside. There. All right, so I'm going to stop the video. I'll bring it back when I have... Okay, so now you can see that I have more colored in. The earth, I've got the land and the oceans colored in. I colored in the hearts all the way around. And I did the orange and yellow little spikies that are in between the doll's legs. I colored in my little inchworm with some yellow and some green. Now I'm going to work on the plant here. So I want this, I'm going to use dark green on the outside. And then I'm going to switch to the lighter green. And then the inside part I'll do with yellow. Kind of blend it all together. And I'll finish that later. But I just wanted to quickly say, in the example that I'm going to send on the Microsoft Word doc, the dolls don't have any eyes, but they do have different mouths, which is interesting. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do just this guy, get his mouth open like that. This guy's got a smile like this. Showing a tooth off. So you can do different facial expressions all the way around. Make them happy. All right, I'll come back later when I have more done. Okay, so I'm working on the background now, and I just is it still okay? I just did some black in the lower corners, and I want to kind of make it gradually get lighter. So I'm going to work towards this purple. Actually, I think I'm going to use blue first. This is, I think, darker than the purple. Yeah, it's nice and dark. Then I can change to the purple. Now I want to get lighter, so what's the next lightest thing? I had red, or I could go, oh, this side's a lighter purple. Maybe I can blend them together. What does this look like? Oh, that's pretty cool. I could probably bring that right up to the figures. So I'm just going to do that all the way around, and then I'm going to outline in black, and then it'll be done. I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so I'm pretty much done here, just finishing off the black outlines. Everything looks a lot nicer with the black outline after everything's been colored in. So I'm just going to go around the final stalk and leaf here. And it's kind of dark near the edges, so I might be able to sneak a signature in here. All right, so there it is. Earth Day art. Oh, can't forget that. Okay, you guys have a good week. We'll see you next time.